Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to GoDadFarming. We're going to get this video started off very quickly. This is day 5 of trying to build as much funds as we can towards our first farm in Farming Simulator 25. Remember, all the funds we build up in this series is going to go directly to our first farm. So whatever we have at the end of this thing, that's what we're going to start with on Farming Simulator 25. So pretty exciting. We haven't been making a whole lot of headway. Obviously, last video we started off with only $800. This video we're starting off with 2,400. Now, in the last video, we did make a good chunk of money, got us up to around 20,000. We bought a couple things. We bought a greenhouse, some water tanks, actually 2 greenhouses and two water tanks, as well as a small little tow behind water tank. We also accidentally sold a few silage bales before they were ready, so we lost some money on that. We were able to complete a contract, and also we started mowing that field right over there and baling those up. Unfortunately, I think we could have waited one more cycle for the grass to grow just a tiny bit more. It was harvested. It just has another growth state to it, and I think we probably should have waited on that instead of doing it. So we do have a big field of grass to do, and we're going to wait on harvesting that. So right now I'm heading over to the shop. I am going to pick up a weeder, just a small little weeder. It's only, I took a look at it. It's only going to cost about $400 to $500 to rent out a weeder. Instead of buying one, we're just going to do it that way. At $500, I look at it as an investment. Let's get the weeds out of our canola fields. This way they don't ruin anything there. And just like that, we're at the shop. I did forget to buy the weeder, so I'm going to go do that right now. And then I'm going to get back to you. When I do come back, we're going to be back at the field. We'll do some weeding, and we'll discuss what's up next on our agenda. All right, so I'm doing the headlands on this weeding. I'm going to complete the headlands, and then we'll get the whole field done after that. Just want to give myself a little extra room to turn around and everything without going on to other properties and even in the grasslands. I would really like to get this field onto my right mowed up and baled and wrapped up and everything very soon, but I just can't take the risk of losing money when I know there's another stage for the grass. So we're gonna be patient. We're gonna wait it out. We're gonna wait for that grass to be ready, and this way we can get the most money out of everything we mow. All right, so pretty slow day on the farm yesterday. We did get the canola fields all weeded, and we also fertilized the grass fields and the canola fields. So it wasn't a wasted day, that's for sure, but it was a slow one. So we advanced to the next day. It is 8 a.m. in the sim, and we are heading over to field number 2, which is our small little grass field that I stupidly bought. And we are going to go check the fermentation levels on these bales. Hopefully they're fermented and we can just go ahead and sell them off. I want to make this money back as soon as possible. Let's just check on these here. It's not. Why isn't it showing up? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not showing up. Oh, yes, it is. Yes. Okay. So it is silage. So we're going to go head back to the farm. We're going to grab the trailer and come pick these 6 bales up and take them on over and sell them. You may be asking yourself right now, why would you sell those silage bales instead of waiting? You've already made enough money to buy your greenhouses. Well, with $1,700 in the bank, I'm a little worried that we're not going to have enough money just to get through the winter. The last time I advanced a day, it cost me like $100, so I'm not sure where that came from, or maybe it was $200. It was some amount of money came off my total. So I just want to make sure we have enough money to get through the winter, pretty much, at least until we can, you know, do the canola fields. I think the canola fields are going to be key. That's going to give us so much money. But I just want to get these sold off so we don't have any issues. And 1 bale, 2 bale, 3 bale, 4 bale, 5 bale, 6 bale, and we are loaded. Man, that is kind of a pathetic excuse of a load, but even still, you do not want to watch me load even 6 bales on this trailer. It's so bad. I don't know. Maybe on the next one I'll load them manually and you guys could just witness the pure horror of me loading these things with a freaking front loader. It's also worth noting, and quite honestly, as fate would have it, that the price on these silage bales right now is the same exact price that I was trying to sell them for in the last video when I sold them too soon before they were even silage, or at least that's what I think I did. So it'll be interesting to see how much money we make off these 4 bales. I have a funny feeling it's going to be quite a bit more because I really feel like I sold those too soon. We got like, I can't remember the exact amount. It was just over $4,000 for probably 18 bales, I think it was. So let's see what this gives us here. Whoa. Let's see. Oh, good grief. Yep, $6,900, guys. So the last video, I sold those bales short, and we probably should have got $20,000 to $30,000 for them, and we ended up getting about $4,000. So man, I'm really kicking myself. I really feel like an idiot in that sense. I mean, that's just inexcusable. You don't make a mistake like that. I should have checked, and I didn't. But hey, you can't change that now, and we have what we have. So we have about 8 grand to get us through the winter. We've got some crops growing and some grass growing, and things are looking all right. We're gonna be coming out quite ahead here by the time Farming Simulator 25 rolls out. I thought I'd just bring you over to the grass field, well, the large grass field anyway, and show you what I mean by there being another growth stage. As you can see, I missed a streak of grass on the last mowing, and you can see it's quite a bit taller. Well, not quite a bit, but it's a little bit taller, and I just think if we get to that growth stage, we're going to make a lot more money off this. So we're just kind of holding out as long as we can and hoping that it doesn't snow early and we don't get to a point where like we get in trouble and we can't get this out of the field. So we've skipped ahead a day. It's November 1st now. We do have 4 silage bales ready to be sold off. Again, we're probably going to sell these right away. Just make that money as soon as possible. Just have it in the bank already. Coming over to the grass field. It does look like this grass field that I just showed you guys in the video has finally reached its final growth stage. So we're going to get this cut up as soon as possible in this video and get that all baled up and ready to go as well. And I'm willing to bet that by the time the silage prices go up at the markets, that's about the time that they'll be ready to sell anyway. So it kind of works out for us there in that sense. Man, I gotta get this yard reorganized. I mean, everything is all out of sorts here. I mean, I got stuff just sitting everywhere. Oh, that's one thing we could check on. We could check on these. I'm not sure at what point these tomatoes will start growing pallets. I want to see in our production. Oh, well, there you go. They're not being spawned. So I have a bunch of, okay. Think I have a bunch. Change output mode, spawning, selling, distributing, storing, spawning. Okay. Spawning. I think that means that they're going to start appearing here. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, look at all that. That's beautiful. You love to see it, don't you? And the best part about this is, so we have 500 liters. I think the tomato pricing is 1,000 liters to whatever the price is. So we go in here once again to these terrible menus and we find the tomatoes. It should be down here somewhere. So, I mean, in February they sell for $1,000 per I think 1,000 liters. So, I mean, we've got a lot of money sitting here and that's great news for us. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that and make sure that we, oh, and there's another pallet over there that just appeared. Perfect. We're just going to have to keep an eye on it, guys. That's all. So we're going to go mow, going the wrong way here. We're going to go mow that other field and then we'll catch up with you after, start getting it baled and wrapped and ready to go. Well, we got everything baled up. It looks like we have quite a few more bales than we did last time, but I might just be imagining things. I'll have to look back and check. But I mean, it very well could have because I did fertilize the land this time. So, good possibility we did. Regardless, it feels like we got a little bit more. We're on to the wrapping process, which usually takes a little bit longer than the baling process. So we're just going to have to see where we get from here and keep trucking on, and hopefully we can make a little more money today. Definitely forgot to hit record after getting up to help one of my kids with something. However, the good news is we've advanced a couple days after wrapping all those bales up, so it is now December first in game. Now, I did have to spend $1,000, and that's really all I've done is I wrapped those bales. I spent about $1,000 on these pallet forks so I could move these tomatoes around. And other than that, I have done absolutely nothing. I checked on the field in the middle of town, so this way I could see if that was ready to harvest. And unfortunately, while it is ready to harvest, it is only at the first growth stage, so we're not going to really touch it just yet. Now, I'm moving these tomatoes aside. We're going to wait just a tad longer to sell these things, but I do want to get them out of the way so they keep spawning where I need them to. So that's pretty much all we've done so far. Definitely always going to be slow in the winter in Farming Simulator, right? So just get in there. Why won't these forks go? Oh, they're tilted up. Man, I was going to say, why won't these forks fit in there? I mean, during the winter, you're always just doing kind of monotonous tasks that you don't really want to do otherwise. I didn't want to spend this money on these forks, but it's something we're going to need if we're going to keep moving pallets around. I'm also going to probably have to load the trailer with the forks because, quite honestly, I don't think that trailer auto-loads anything except for bales. So there is that. So you guys are probably going to have to watch me in pain load that trailer with pallets. So hopefully it goes all right. All right, just auto-loading these bales up here and trying to get this done. We should have way more bales than just one trailer load, I would think. So we're going to get as many as we can on this load, and then we will go sell them and come back for the rest. And we should get a ton of money out of this. If the last time was any indication, I think we got 9 grand for like 6 bales when we sold for the contract. So this should be, we should make out really well, really well. I think about the best news that we have with selling these bales from that field is that the BGA is literally right across the street. We just have to go around that little creek and come across the street and sell them all. So that's great news. I'm pretty excited to see how much we get from this. This should be a lot of money. Whoa! And I almost missed that entrance again. We didn't quite fill the trailer completely up, but that's okay because we have quite a few bales left over there. So we're just going to have to make 2 trips anyway. 84,000 liters of silage. Oh, there we go. $28,000 for one load. 84,000 liters. I cannot understate the gravity of the mistake I made with the first load of silage bales when we first started. I mean, that was such a huge mistake to sell those bales before they turn into silage. It's not even funny. So, man, if we could have had that amount of money right off the bat, we would have been in really good shape. So that mistake really cost us. I'm gonna try to squeeze through here so this way I don't hurt my field, kind of like I did first load. I don't think I will. It didn't the last time. I know that that crop destruction's on and it didn't hurt him the last time though. Yeah, figure something out. I'd like to, well, I guess it doesn't really matter for this playthrough, but if this was a full playthrough, I would absolutely put a little fence around that pond so this way I didn't have bales floating in there. Well, we got that second round of bales sold for another $12,000. We're up to $47,000 right now. We're starting to really see that cash flow roll in quickly, and we're starting to get the cash build up that we wanted in the first place. Now, I cannot understate how much of a mistake it was to sell bales short in our, I think it was our second video or third video that we did. By doing that, we missed out on probably $30,000. So we could be at $70,000 or $80,000 right now, but we messed up, and that's okay. Sometimes you make mistakes and you learn from them, and moving forward, it doesn't happen again. Well, guys, I'm just sitting here on my front porch, and yeah, there's a lot of snow accumulated on the ground, so I think that's going to be it for us for the winter. Now, that's also going to be the end of today's video. We made a ton of money today, about $32,000, maybe a little more than that. So we did really well today. We really progressed. I'm looking forward to the next day. I think in the next one we're going to end up probably selling our tomatoes. That should make us a hefty bunch of money, and maybe even getting into the spring where we start harvesting some crops. So if you liked what you saw in today's video, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and if you have any suggestions, any comments on how to make things go smoother, faster, or make more money, let me know. Don't be afraid to talk about it, leave a comment, and definitely catch you on the next one. Adios.